I buried my father's dream in a codebase I built for $10,000, only to watch it stolen by the one person I trusted. I'm Henry Zane, 32, an AI developer in Austin, Texas. Every night, I code until dawn, my monitor's glow burning my eyes, sweat soaking my shirt in this humid air. A fading photo of my dad sits on my desk, his dream was my AI breakthrough. But at work, Kason Blaze undermines me, and my boss, Sienna, doesn't see my grief. I'm breaking, and something's about to shatter. I gave everything, $10,000, 80-hour weeks, my father's legacy, for a promise Kason Blaze shattered. After Dad died, I poured my soul into an AI algorithm to honor him, spending $10,000 on cloud servers, coding through Austin's sticky nights, my hands trembling from exhaustion. My office smells of burnt coffee, my eyes sting from the screen's glare. Kason, my coworker, stole my demos, grinning as he presented them to Sienna Lux, our boss. Henry's too emotional, he'd sneer, tossing my grief in my face. Once, he laughed, "Your dad's gone, move on," as I fixed his broken code at 2 a.m. Sienna bought his charm, her praise for him like knives in my chest. I'd stay late, my stomach nodding, while Kason took 2-hour lunches, his cologne lingering in the break room. I sacrificed 80 hours a week, missing friends, sleep, life, for a senior developer role Dad would have been proud of. Coworkers Nova Quinn and Xander Cruz whispered I deserved it, but Kason's lies drowned them out. "You're the grunt, Henry," he said once, smirking, his voice dripping with venom. My throat burned with unsaid words, my father's photo watching me from my desk. I was breaking, my dreams slipping through my fingers. Sienna called a team meeting to announce the promotion, and I felt a storm brewing. In one sentence, Kason Blaze stole my father's dream and broke my heart forever. The team meeting felt like a funeral. Sienna Lux stood, her voice sharp, and said, "Kason's our new lead AI developer, his algorithm sealed it." Kason grinned, his eyes glinting. "I made it happen, Sienna," he said, voice smug. My chest tightened, the room spun, and my father's photo blurred through tears. I fought back. My algorithm, $10,000, 80-hour weeks, Dad's legacy, was credited to him. The air was stifling, my hands clammy, gripping my chair. 18 months of sacrifice, gone. Kason's smirk burned into me, his cologne choking the room. Nova Quinn's shocked glance met mine, but I could barely nod. My jaw clenched, breath shallow, holding back a scream. I'd poured my soul into that code, coding through grief, my fingers raw, while Kason partied. Now he stood tall, stealing my future, my father's pride. The betrayal was a knife, twisting deeper with every clap for him. I wanted to shout, to expose him, but my throat locked. My heart shattered, pieces scattering in Austin's humid haze. What could I do against this lie? Something had to give. I wrote a resignation letter that would burn their world to ashes. In my dim Austin apartment, thunderstorms roared, rain hammering my windows as I typed through tears. My father's photo stared, his eyes urging me on. My algorithm, worth $1 million, legally mine, was my weapon. I drafted a letter exposing Kason's theft, announcing I'd released the code as open source to a global AI community, licensed under my name. My fingers shook, the keyboard slick with sweat, each word a shard of my broken heart. I verified my IP rights, citing the contract Kason never signed. My grief fueled me, but this wasn't rash, it was justice. The code, built on $10,000 of my savings and 80-hour weeks, would live free, honoring Dad, not Kason's lies. Lightning flashed, illuminating my screen's glow, my chest heavy with loss. I wasn't just quitting, I was reclaiming my soul. Sienna and Kason would face ruin when the world saw the truth. My letter ended with a line for Dad, "Your dream lives." I hit save, the storm's rumble echoing my resolve. What would they do when this dropped? Their empire was about to crack. Kason's texts begged for mercy, but my heart was already broken. My phone buzzed relentlessly, Austin's suffocating heat pressing against my apartment's walls. Kason's messages flooded in, "You're ruining us, Henry. Delete that letter." His voice calls followed, shrill and entitled, "You can't do this to me. I earned that promotion." Sienna's texts were frantic, "Henry, we'll lose millions. Stop this." My grief drowned their panic, my father's dream, stolen, left me hollow. I sat in the dark, my screen's blue glow stinging my tear-streaked face, the air thick with betrayal's weight. Kason's plea showed no remorse, only fear for his empire of lies. I replied once, voice steady, you took everything. Now face the truth. My restraint burned hotter than their desperation. Outside, thunder growled, mirroring the storm in my chest. Coworkers Nova and Xander texted, stunned, is it true, Henry? I didn't answer, my silence was my strength. Their world was unraveling, and I felt no joy, only sorrow for Dad's legacy, tainted by Kaysen's greed. Sienna called an emergency company-wide demo, her voice shaking in a voicemail. Something big was coming, and I was ready to watch it break. My algorithm went viral, and Kaysen's lies crumbled in front of the world. At the company demo, screens lit up with my open-source algorithm, credited to me, launched globally. An ex-post I'd scheduled exploded, 100,000 shares, screenshots of Kaysen's stolen demos, his smug texts admitting theft. The room froze. Kaysen's face collapsed, his hands trembling, sweat beading on his brow. Sienna's forced smile cracked, her eyes darting. Coworkers gasped, phones buzzing as the post spread. Nova whispered, he lied? The air was electric, heavy with Austin's human weight. My code glowed on screen, my father's dream alive, untouchable. I stood silent, my heart aching, not for triumph, but for Dad, whose legacy Kaysen defiled. I said nothing, the truth screamed louder. Kaysen stammered, this is a mistake, but the crowd's murmurs drowned him. My resignation letter, projected behind, detailed his betrayal, each word a dagger. The public shaming was my revenge, unique, unstoppable, tying back to his theft of my $10,000, my 80-hour weeks, my grief. Sienna's clap faltered, coworkers stared, and Kaysen's empire of lies burned. I felt no joy, only a hollow ache for what I'd lost. Kaysen lost everything, but I was still grieving. His career imploded, fired, blacklisted, his name mocked across X as the thief. Sienna faced lawsuits, the company scrambling without my algorithm. I sat alone in an Austin park, a cool breeze drying my tears, the skyline's glow dimmed by my loss. Kaysen's ruin didn't heal me, my father's dream, reclaimed, came at a cost, my trust, shattered. I learned a hard truth, resilience means standing for your worth, even when it breaks you. In America, we fight for what's ours, not what's handed to us. My heart ached, but I'd honored Dad, his photo no longer fading. The quiet grass beneath me felt like peace, bittersweet, heavy with his absence. I wasn't whole, but I was free. I found peace, but my heart still aches for my father. In my new office, Austin's skyline sparkles, my code flowing freely, but Dad's absence lingers. Your worth is what you fight for, not what you're given. I learned that through tears. Have you ever been betrayed at work? Share below, I read every comment. Subscribe for raw stories like mine, we're building something real here. My grief hasn't faded, but I code for Dad, my heart heavy yet hopeful. Stand for your truth, it's all we have.